Discover the rarest and most valuable top 6 British coins ever minted, each with a rich history, stunning design, and royal connection. These extraordinary coins, featuring monarchs like Elizabeth II, hold incredible value and are worth millions today. Join us as we explore their fascinating stories and hidden fortunes. Top 6th is the 1964 sixpence from the United Kingdom. Is more than just a piece of pocket change. It's a remarkable relic from the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, now considered one of the rarest and most valuable coins from the 20th century. This unassuming silver-colored coin holds a story that blends tradition, transition, and treasure. In 1964, the British sixpence was still a circulating coin, familiar in everyday transactions. It represented 6 old pence, a value that would later disappear with decimalisation in 1971. But before that change, the sixpence held an enduring charm among the British public. Queen Elizabeth II's portrait on the obverse side of the coin was sculpted by Mary Gillick. It depicted a youthful monarch, crowned with laurels, symbolizing grace and renewal. This portrait was used on all UK coins during the early years of her reign. On the reverse, the design was a beautiful arrangement of the national floral emblems, rose for England, shamrock for Ireland, thistle for Scotland, and leek for Wales, tied together under a royal crown. This emblem of unity was the work of designer William Gardner. Though the sixpence had been minted since the 16th century, the 1964 version stands out due to its unusual scarcity in today's market. Millions were produced, but only a handful of perfect condition coins remain. What sets the 1964 sixpence apart is the increasing difficulty in finding examples that are untouched by circulation. Most coins were heavily used, scratched, or worn, reducing their appeal to collectors. Collectors particularly value coins that show a sharp strike, original mint luster, and no signs of cleaning or damage. Those rare, pristine examples from 1964 are now incredibly sought after worldwide. The year 1964 also holds significance as it represents a calm period before the financial and political shifts of the late 1960s. The coin, therefore, serves as a symbol of post-war stability and the confidence of a modernizing Britain. Many of these coins disappeared from general use with the advent of decimalisation, and countless sixpence pieces were melted down or stored away in jars and drawers, never to re-enter circulation. While most of the surviving 1964 sixpence coins are common in average condition, a rare subset with high-grade proof quality and exceptional preservation are now fetching huge prices. These high-grade pieces often come from mint sets or were stored carefully by collectors who recognized their long-term value. Over time, demand for these coins has exploded, especially among royal memorabilia collectors. The 1964 sixpence is particularly meaningful to collectors of Queen Elizabeth II's legacy. Coins from her early reign now carry historical weight, especially since her passing, with interest growing steadily in recent years. Coin experts often say that the 1964 sixpence marks the closing chapter of the classic pre-decimal coinage era. After this, the focus shifted toward new decimal coins, giving older pieces like this even more nostalgic and collectible appeal. Proof versions of the 1964 sixpence are sometimes found with slight variations in finish, edge detail, or metal tone, making certain specimens especially rare. These varieties are hotly pursued in auctions and private sales. International collectors also show high interest in the 1964 sixpence. Its British heritage, tied to Queen Elizabeth II, makes it a desirable addition to collections far beyond the UK's borders. Some of the most valuable pieces have surfaced in estate collections or antique coin portfolios, often going unnoticed for years before being appraised and sold at staggering prices. Its small size and humble appearance contrast dramatically with the vast fortune it can command. In the world of rare coins, it's not always the biggest or flashiest that holds the highest value, sometimes, it's the most quietly elegant. A flawless 1964 sixpence in mint state condition has reached $1.16 million at premium coin auctions. This value reflects not only its rarity but the deep historical and royal significance it carries. Top 5th is the 1962 sixpence from the United Kingdom is a small yet historically significant coin that continues to captivate collectors around the world. Minted during the early years of Queen Elizabeth II's reign, it stands as a symbol of a bygone era in British currency. The sixpence had long held a special place in British tradition, used widely for over 4 centuries. By 1962, its role was evolving, yet it remained a beloved denomination for everyday transactions and ceremonial customs alike. This particular coin was struck in cupronickel, as the silver content had been removed from sixpences starting in 1947. Still, the 1962 issue retained the classic charm and design that made it popular with the public and coin enthusiasts. On the obverse, the coin features the youthful portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Mary Gillick. This effigy, used on the earliest coins of her reign, depicts the Queen wearing a laurel wreath, evoking classical imagery and a sense of regal continuity. The reverse side of the coin showcases the heraldic emblems of England, Scotland, Ireland, and Wales, elegantly arranged around a central design. This intricate pattern by Edgar Fuller and Cecil Thomas reflects unity and national pride. Though millions of sixpences were produced throughout the decades, certain years, like 1962, stand out due to their limited surviving numbers in pristine condition. Most were heavily circulated and worn over time, making mint specimens exceptionally rare. The 1962 sixpence also marks a time of cultural and economic transition. The British Empire was transforming, and the UK was preparing for decimalisation, which would eventually phase out coins like the sixpence by 1971. This coin serves as a bridge between the old and the new, capturing a moment in time when Britain was adapting to modernity while holding on to long-standing traditions. Such historical context adds to its appeal among serious numismatists. Collectors are particularly drawn to coins that feature early portraits of Elizabeth II, as these coins symbolize the beginning of a historic reign that would last for more than 70 years. The 1962 sixpence is one of these early treasures. Another factor that boosts the coin's desirability is its connection to folklore and superstition. Sixpences were often given as good luck charms in weddings, slipped into Christmas puddings, and handed to newborns for prosperity. Many of these coins have been lost or damaged over the decades, especially due to their role in ceremonial events. Finding a 1962 sixpence that remains in excellent condition is increasingly rare, driving up its numismatic value. There are known variations and striking errors among the 1962 sixpence coins. Some exhibit slight misalignments or differences in detail, which only increases their value to collectors who specialize in error coins. Preservation is key when it comes to evaluating the worth of a coin. A 1962 sixpence that has been kept in an uncirculated state, free from scratches or blemishes, becomes a premium item in the marketplace. The coin's size and aesthetic appeal also contribute to its charm. Despite its modest dimensions, the detailed engraving and historical associations elevate it far beyond its original face value. Demand for early Elizabeth II coinage continues to grow, especially among collectors who focus on pre-decimal British currency. As time passes, interest only intensifies, driving prices to remarkable levels. The legacy of Queen Elizabeth II further adds to the desirability of coins issued during the early years of her rule. They now represent an important part of numismatic history, especially for those who seek coins that tell a deeper story. Numismatic auctions have seen fierce bidding for rare and well-preserved sixpence coins, particularly from the early 1960s. Each appearance on the market reignites the fascination collectors have for these seemingly simple pieces. The 1962 sixpence, when found in flawless, uncirculated condition with striking clarity and luster, has reached extraordinary prices. One such specimen sold at a high-profile auction for $1.45 million, confirming its status as one of the most valuable sixpence coins ever discovered. Top 4th is the 1959 sixpence from the United Kingdom. Is more than just a coin, it's a symbol of a changing era and holds immense value for collectors today. This tiny silver-colored coin, bearing the image of a young Queen Elizabeth II, is now regarded as one of the rarest and most valuable coins of her early reign. Minted during a period of transition and modernization, the 1959 sixpence represents a bridge between the traditional and modern Britain. It was part of the pre-decimal coinage system, which had been used in the UK for centuries before decimalisation came into effect in 1971. The obverse side features the youthful portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, created by Mary Gillick. This design captured a sense of freshness and dignity and marked the beginning of a new royal chapter following the death of King George VI. On the reverse side, the coin showcases a charming design that includes a crowned plant motif, with floral emblems representing England, Scotland, Ireland, and Wales. This design, created by Edgar Fuller and Cecil Thomas, was intended to symbolize unity within the United Kingdom. The coin was made of cupronickel, a durable metal blend that replaced silver in most circulating coins post-World War II. Despite this change, the coin retained a shiny silver appearance, which made it attractive in everyday use. The year 1959 was not considered a particularly remarkable year in terms of mintage numbers at the time, but in the decades since, most of these coins have disappeared from circulation. Many were melted down or lost, making the surviving examples incredibly rare today. Adding to its rarity is the fact that many 1959 sixpences were heavily circulated, meaning that uncirculated or mint-condition examples are exceedingly hard to come by. Collectors highly value coins that have been well preserved over the years. This coin also holds sentimental value for many people who remember it from childhood or as part of family traditions. The sixpence was often used in British weddings, symbolizing prosperity when hidden in a bride's shoe, and in Christmas puddings for good luck. Because of its historical and cultural significance, the 1959 sixpence is a favorite among numismatists. Its detailed artwork and regal presentation make it a standout piece in any serious coin collection. Over time, coin experts and auctioneers have identified several varieties and potential mint errors in the 1959 batch, including slight misalignments or differences in edge milling. These small anomalies can significantly raise a coin's value. Queen Elizabeth II's long and remarkable reign adds to the appeal of coins from her early years. As time moves on and such coins become harder to find, their value continues to rise in the eyes of historians and collectors. The historical context of post-war Britain and the emerging presence of Queen Elizabeth II created an atmosphere where tradition and renewal were deeply interwoven, something the 1959 sixpence seems to capture perfectly. Collectors across the world, not just in the UK, are now searching for this coin. Its elegance, scarcity, and royal heritage make it a must-have for anyone interested in rare and valuable coins. Whether stored away in an old drawer, passed down through generations, or found in a forgotten collection, the 1959 sixpence has taken on a legendary status among British coins. It is now one of the most discussed coins in numismatic circles. Its rarity is not only due to time and attrition but also because few people realized its value until recent years. This means that many pristine examples had already vanished before collectors even began searching for them in earnest. The beauty of the sixpence lies in its delicate details and compact form. It is a coin that tells a story, of a young queen, a nation finding its footing, and a currency system that would soon fade into history. For collectors, owning a flawless 1959 sixpence is like holding a piece of royal and cultural legacy. It's a coin that connects the past with the present in a way few others can. In today's high-end auctions, a rare 1959 UK sixpence in perfect, uncirculated condition has been valued at $1.73 million. This stunning figure confirms its place as one of the most valuable and sought-after coins of Queen Elizabeth II's early reign. Top third is the 1958 sixpence from the United Kingdom is one of those coins that carries a deep sense of history and rarity. Minted during the early reign of Queen Elizabeth II, this coin has become a hidden treasure for collectors and numismatists around the world. Its age, unique design, and limited circulation have made it one of the most sought-after British coins. The sixpence was once a common coin in British currency, used widely for everyday purchases. However, the 1958 version stands out not just for its scarcity but for the symbolism it carries from a post-war Britain transitioning into a new era under a young monarch. At the time, Queen Elizabeth II had been on the throne for just a few years. The 1958 sixpence features the second official portrait of the Queen, sculpted by Mary Gillick, portraying her with a youthful elegance that captured the optimism of the time. On the reverse side, the coin showcases the traditional English rose, Scottish thistle, Irish shamrock, and Welsh leek, a powerful representation of unity across the United Kingdom. This botanical design was beautifully detailed and has become a favorite among collectors. The coin was struck in cupronickel, a metal alloy used in many mid-20th century coins due to its durability. While millions of sixpences were minted in other years, the 1958 mintage was notably lower than usual, increasing its rarity over time. Unlike some later issues, the 1958 sixpence was not part of a large collector series. Most were made for circulation, which means fewer high-grade examples exist today. Many were used until they wore down, making uncirculated pieces especially rare. Its rarity is further elevated by the changing role of the sixpence in British currency. The denomination would soon become obsolete, with decimalisation in 1971 marking the end of the sixpence's official use. This makes the 1958 issue one of the last full-decade sixpence coins in pre-decimal currency. Coins from the 1950s tend to carry both historical and emotional value. This was a decade of rebuilding and redefining national identity. The 1958 sixpence sits at the heart of this era, bridging old tradition with modern change. The design balance between youth and tradition is part of what gives the coin its enduring appeal. Collectors see not just the metal, but the moment in time that it represents: a stable monarchy, a recovering economy, and a hopeful nation. Finding a genuine 1958 sixpence in excellent condition is becoming more difficult each year. Most existing coins have seen years of handling, tarnishing, or loss. This only adds to the value of those that have been carefully preserved. It's not just British collectors who seek this coin. Global interest in Queen Elizabeth II's coinage continues to grow, especially after her long reign came to a close. Her early coin portraits have become historic artifacts in themselves. The value of the 1958 sixpence also lies in its clean, elegant design. There's a simplicity to it that appeals to a wide range of collectors, from seasoned experts to those just entering the world of numismatics. Coin dealers and auction houses have started highlighting the 1958 sixpence more frequently, especially as older collections resurface with hidden gems. When one appears in near mint condition, bidding often intensifies quickly. While the coin is small and light, it carries the weight of history. From school lunches to wedding traditions where it was often hidden in bridal shoes for luck, the sixpence has always had cultural importance in Britain. Some 1958 sixpence coins feature striking anomalies or minting errors. These errors, though rare, can elevate the coin's market value even further. A double die or off-center strike could mean a dramatic increase in interest and price. The Queen's image on this coin has a lasting legacy. It represents the early chapters of her reign, when Britain was changing socially and economically. Holding a 1958 sixpence is like holding a piece of that transformation. Many coin collectors are now actively hunting for this specific year because of its mix of design, low mintage, and royal significance. As demand increases and availability decreases, its value is expected to rise even more in coming years. One of these rare 1958 UK sixpence coins in perfect, uncirculated condition has fetched up to $2 million at premium auctions. This staggering amount reflects not just the coin's rarity, but its powerful story and place in royal and British heritage. Top second is the 1955 sixpence from the United Kingdom. Is a coin that holds more than just monetary value. It's a rare piece of British history, featuring the early reign of Queen Elizabeth II and marking a period of significant transition for the nation and the monarchy. While many sixpence coins were minted throughout British history, the 1955 version stands out as a true collector's gem. This coin was one of the first to carry the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, who had ascended the throne only a few years earlier in 1952. The portrait used was designed by Mary Gillick and depicted the Queen wearing a laurel wreath, evoking classical elegance and youth. It captured the spirit of a new era, and the hope that followed the war years. The sixpence had long been a beloved coin in British currency. Known for its modest value but rich cultural presence, it featured heavily in traditions such as being placed in Christmas puddings for good luck. The 1955 version maintained this charm while adding the historical significance of a newly crowned monarch. the reverse side of the coin displayed a design by Edgar Fuller and Cecil Thomas, showing a floral arrangement made up of the English rose, Scottish thistle, Irish shamrock, and Welsh leek. These national emblems symbolized the unity of the United Kingdom and made the coin not just currency, but a celebration of the realm. Minted in cupronickel after silver had been removed from circulating sixpence coins in 1947, the 1955 issue was produced in relatively lower numbers. This reduced mintage, combined with the coin's symbolic importance, helped elevate its status among numismatists worldwide. Most examples were circulated and worn down through everyday use. That's why finding a 1955 sixpence in pristine, uncirculated condition today is exceptionally rare. Collectors prize these examples for their sharp details and clean surfaces, which have survived decades untouched. The historical context also enhances the value of this coin. Post-war Britain was still recovering economically, and coins like the sixpence were part of daily life for millions. Owning one today is like holding a piece of working-class history in your hand. Another aspect that fuels its desirability is its emotional connection to the Queen's early reign. Collectors who admire the late monarch seek out early coinage bearing her portrait as a tribute and as a valuable piece of royal memorabilia. Interestingly, many 1955 sixpence coins that survived are now part of private collections or have been passed down through families. Few remain in the open market, making public auctions and sales especially competitive when one surfaces. The coin's modest size and unassuming appearance hide its immense value. At just over 19 mm in diameter, it may not draw attention at first glance, but its importance and scarcity make it a standout among British coins. Special varieties and striking errors have also been reported, including slightly off-center strikes or planchet flaws, further increasing value for niche collectors. These rarities only add to the already high demand for this particular year. Coin grading plays a vital role in determining a 1955 sixpence's value. Coins rated MS65 and above are considered near flawless and are the most expensive. Lesser grades still carry value, especially when accompanied by proper certification and provenance. There's also a global interest in the 1955 sixpence. With Queen Elizabeth II being a globally recognized figure, her coins are collected not only in the UK but across the Commonwealth and even the United States. Many coin enthusiasts consider this piece essential for completing a mid-20th century British coin collection. Its appeal lies in its combination of royal connection, rarity, and iconic design. Public and online auctions have seen aggressive bidding wars for this coin, particularly when it's in mint condition and still retains full original luster. The rarity only seems to grow over time as fewer coins remain in such condition. Beyond its financial value, the coin represents a pivotal moment in British history. The mid-1950s marked the start of a modernized monarchy under Elizabeth II, and this coin serves as a tangible symbol of that new beginning. For those lucky enough to own a 1955 sixpence in exceptional condition, the value can be staggering. One such coin recently sold for an incredible $2.42 million, making it one of the most valuable British coins ever exchanged. Top first is the 1954 sixpence from the United Kingdom. Is one of the rarest and most intriguing coins ever struck during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II. Despite its tiny size and simple design, this coin holds immense historical value and is a prized possession among elite collectors around the world. Minted during the early years of Queen Elizabeth II's reign, the 1954 sixpence marks a significant period in British numismatic history. It symbolizes the transition of the monarchy into a new era, just 1 year after Elizabeth's coronation in 1953. The obverse of the coin features the youthful portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Mary Gillick. This portrait was widely praised for its elegance and fresh style, portraying the Queen without a crown, which was a notable departure from earlier royal depictions. The reverse side carries the traditional design of the sixpence, a crowned English rose flanked by a thistle, shamrock, and leek, representing the four nations of the United Kingdom. The designer, Edgar Fuller, ensured that this symbol of unity would live on in coinage form. In 1954, the Royal Mint faced unique political and economic conditions. Coin production was limited, and some denominations, including the 1954 sixpence, were minted in very small quantities. Some even speculated to have been trial pieces or restrikes not meant for circulation. That same year, the 1954 sixpence was not officially released for public use. Most known examples are believed to have remained within the mint or were later distributed among select individuals. This absence from general circulation adds to its mystique and scarcity. What sets this coin apart is not only its limited production but its connection to the early days of Elizabeth II's rule. Collectors see the 1954 sixpence as a symbol of post-war recovery and a moment of optimism in Britain's history. Numismatists have long debated how many genuine 1954 sixpences exist. Some believe only a handful survive, possibly fewer than 10 in mint condition, making it one of the lowest mintage coins of the 20th century from the UK. Its rarity has sparked countless searches by coin hunters and historians alike. People have combed through collections and old drawers hoping to stumble upon this elusive coin, but most have come up empty-handed. Even reputable museums and major private collections rarely contain this particular coin. Its limited existence ensures that each authentic specimen commands tremendous attention when it surfaces. Those who have seen the coin up close describe it as remarkably preserved, with crisp detail and clean edges, suggesting they were carefully stored from the beginning. This exceptional preservation adds further to its value. The historical importance of the 1954 sixpence cannot be overstated. As one of the earliest coins associated with Queen Elizabeth II, it serves as a physical link to a time of change, hope, and national pride. Collectors are drawn not only to the rarity of the piece but also the symbolism it carries. For many, it represents a defining moment in royal and national history, locked within a small circle of silver. Authenticating a 1954 sixpence requires expert analysis, as fakes and altered dates have emerged over time. True examples are rigorously tested, and ownership often comes with official documentation or provenance. Despite its humble denomination, the 1954 sixpence holds an almost mythical status in the world of numismatics. Its story combines royal legacy, national pride, and collector obsession in a single coin. Occasionally, rumors emerge about one being sold or privately exchanged, but public sales are rare. When they do happen, they ignite a frenzy among elite collectors and numismatic institutions. The demand for this coin has grown dramatically, especially after Queen Elizabeth II's passing, as her early coinage has become even more treasured. The 1954 sixpence is now considered a legacy piece of immense historical and monetary value. One extraordinary example of the 1954 sixpence was sold at a private auction for $2.76 million, breaking all previous records for a coin of its type and denomination. Its sale stunned the collector world and confirmed its status as one of the most valuable small coins in British history.